I loathe snipers. I fucking hate them. I don't even care if I am a sniper. I still fucking hate them. They're despicable human beings. Even if I'm sniping. They should not be sitting there on their fucking little perch, just sniping away at me, and it's so irritating to just get shot in the ass because they're sitting back in spawn doing whatever the fuck. And the other thing that I just want to mention real quick while we're on the subject of me complaining about stupid shit is when when you're running and you're trying to run through a doorway and there's just some fuckface on your team who decides to block the door because either he's looking at the ground or he's looking at the sky or he's just trying to block the door. It's like, hey man, hey, what are you doing? Hey, let's just chill in the house. You don't have to go out this door. You can just stay right where you are. Everything's okay. Like, no, motherfucker. I just blew a hole in the fucking wall, and I'm trying to make the great escape right now. I shifted the landscape to run away from the snipers, which I already hate, and now I have to deal with you who's just standing in front of the fucking door, and I can't even move. So, again, guys, that's the end of the rant. Let's get right into the commentary. I go about 45 and 10 in this gameplay, and I did pretty well. Everyone was pretty much sniping, and I just had a field day with them. You know, they shouldn't have been sniping. And even better yet, they shouldn't have been sniping when, you got an AK-5C on your hands. So, this gun truly is amazing. And I just want to say, I'm going to be doing a review of this gun, and then I'm also going to be talking about all of the other guns. I'm going to be just doing a final little wrap-up towards the end, and there will be a link in the video to show you guys if you just want to skip past the AK-5C review, because you guys probably have already played with it, just to see what I think is the best carbine. So if you want to see what the best carbine in the game is, from my point of view, then feel free to just click on that, and you can skip right towards it. Anyway, let's break it down real quick. The AK-5C is an amazing gun. It is an amazing gun with stats of about 700 RPM, and then the time to kill is also pretty minimal, and the bullets to kill is even less than an ACR with only 4. However, it does have, a slower RPM, which does account for that. The accuracy of this gun is also very impressive, given the right attachments. I use a muzzle brake and a potato grip, or a stubby grip, whatever you want to call it, to really lay waste to everybody on the battlefield. And that's all you need. Your scope is completely up to you. I recommend, if you're going to do a map like Flood Zone Domination, that you equip a pretty big scope. That way you can deal with those snipers. But on a map like this, where you can actually run around and hunt the snipers down, like I was so keen on doing, I mean, I was going after them. I was really fucking pissed off. And I was like, fuck them. They can suck my dick. I'm going to go hunt them down, and they can deal with me just running up in their shit. And sometimes I died, sometimes it didn't work, but for the most part, I got it done. And that's what's important. So, with that being said, this gun is definitely the bread and the butter of the carbines. This is what the Type 95B should have been. I don't know what DICE was saying. I don't know if they were trying to be, like, artistic and creative with the Type 95B, that really weird gun that I reviewed earlier. The last carbine that you unlock, it's a weird fucking rifle, and it makes no sense. It's supposed to be this weird laser beam, but up close it is just straight awful, and long range it's even worse. So, the AK-5C is exactly what the Type 95B should have been. The AK-5C is a true laser beam. You can destroy people up close, you can destroy people long range, and medium range, forget about it. It's over, they're done, drop dead, in the dirt, 6 feet deep. So, this gun, can't say enough good things about it. Between that and the ACR, I mean, you're set. You're set in Battlefield. But, you still have tons of assault rifles, sniper rifles, PDWs, anything that you want. Pistols that are semi-automatic or fully automatic or shoot 50 cal rounds, whatever you want. There's tons of variety in this game, guys. The AK-5C, though, trusty, very sturdy, and all around an amazing gun. In terms of attachments, I would not recommend using a heavy barrel. In terms of playstyle, I would highly recommend that if you're a beginner... Here's the cool thing about the AK-5C, man. If you're a beginner to the game, this is a great gun to use. It gives you a little bit of recoil, so you do have to control it, but it's very forgiving. So if you don't control the recoil, you'll still be pretty successful. And if you know how to control the recoil, then boom! I mean, you're an assassin. You're deadly. I mean, you're on some special ops, Navy SEAL, SEAL Team 6 type shit. so you can really go in and just hammer home into any game that you want. Also, because of its durability, and I mean durability in the fact that you can use it in any situation, this is great for any type of playstyle. I found myself being able to snipe people long range with it. I found myself being able to run around and get in people's faces with it. I found myself being able to just do whatever I wanted with this gun. It's very, very sturdy. The only thing that you really gotta, I guess, be careful about is up close and personal. I mean, because it's so durable across all fields, that's also kind of where it lacks. So the fact that it's so good at everything also makes it weak at everything, if that makes any sense. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't excel at any one level, so that means it's pretty much, you know, above average at every level. You're not going to find this gun better than a Ace long range. The Ace will outshoot the AK-5C long range. The acw-r will outgun the AK-5C close range. So you're not going to find this gun beating those guns in their specific categories, but you will find this gun being very reliable at any engagement range. You see what I'm saying? So this is a great starter gun. This is a great gun to find out what type of playstyle you want to have as a gamer. And I've been talking a lot about playstyles in these last videos, and a lot of people don't know what I mean, because when I say playstyle, a lot of people think, okay, well, I just run around the map and I just do what's right for the team and I just play to win. And my suggestion to you is, if you play to win, you should have a playstyle. You should have a defined role on the team. If you're great at getting a lot of kills, then you should not be focusing on capturing objectives. And that may sound like, oh, you're just being a kill whore. That's really, really silly. That's not silly at all. In fact, that's exactly what your team needs. If you excel at getting kills, you need to be the one that's putting in that work. If that's what you're good at, it makes no sense for silly Sniper 127 to be running around trying to do that job. Everyone has a job, and no job is more important. So if my job is to go out and get a lot of kills, then that's what I'm going to go out and try and do. And that is what I like to do. I like to run around and get a lot of kills. And that's what I try and bring to the table when it comes to teamwork. Now, my other teammates, they like to secure objectives, and they like to hold it down and be defensive and make sure that everything's set to go. And then I try and break some areas of the map open so they can push, and so they can be aggressive, and so that they can make plays as well. This does not mean that I'm a kill whore. It means that I do what I know I'm effective at. If I know I'm an effective sniper, I'm going to snipe. If I know I'm really good at flanking and securing objectives and flipping spawns so the other team spawns somewhere else, I'll do that. But I know that I'm good at killing, so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, so that's why, you know, I see people, I know that Call of Duty and Battlefield, they have this whole little differing, I don't know, arrangement where people who play Battlefield are like, oh, well, I'm a Battlefield player and I'm more tactical, and Call of Duty is just for kill whores and KD stat whores and blah, blah, blah. Here, let me just break it down for you. That may be somewhat true, but there are KD whores in both games. There are objective players in both games. So, with that said, I digress. I don't know. I'm just going on a crazy rant right now, guys. And I just want to say, in terms of play style, figure out who you want to be, figure out what you want to do, and just go with it. If you want to be a super psycho aggressive slayer, then play like that. If you want to be a defensive, supporting your team type of player, then do that. But in terms of the AK-5C, use the AK-5C, use this amazing carbine, figure out what you want to do in terms of having a play style. Be like, okay, I find myself being more defensive, or I find myself rushing a lot, so I should probably pick a gun that suits my needs. So maybe if I rush a lot, I'll use an acw-r. If I'm more defensive, maybe I'll use an ace. I don't know. It really depends on what you want to do. Now, that pretty much wraps up my review of the AK-5C. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about, however, is the final review for every gun. What do I think the best carbine of them all is, right? So let's wrap up this AK-5C review. Again, I think it's a great gun. I think it's perfect for anything that you could think of. But again, it's not the best at any one category. So it does have its weaknesses in the fact that it's just good. It's just good. It's just overall good, but it's not amazing at everything. Alright, so that is out of the way. Let's go right into the review. The final review of the best gun in the game in terms of carbines. What's the best? What's the worst? What do I think? Well, let me break it down for you. I don't think there's a best gun. Woo! What a surprise. I think it really just comes down to how you want to play. For instance, you know, if you're a marksman, use the M4. If you like to run around and be crazy, use an A91 or an acw-r. Now, I will say, if there was one gun that would shine above every other gun, I would probably say it would be between 3 different guns. It would be between the M4, the A91, and the acw-r. And the reason that I say that is because the acw-r shoots incredibly fast. So if you can control that, you can really dominate anybody. Okay? The M4 is a burst fire carbine, which means that if you're accurate, if you hit headshots, you will dominate. I mean, you can literally dominate. And all you need to do is burst a little bit, and it'll put it into, like, full auto mode. And the A91, if you can control the accuracy, it is great RPM, great accuracy if you can control it with the right attachments. So, overall, I think those 3 guns stand out from the rest, with the Ace-21 CQB. I'm sorry, not the Ace-21, the Ace-52 really, you know, putting in there somewhere. Runners-up would be the Ace-21 and the SG-553. I think those guns are top contenders as well. My favorite gun has to be the SG-553, but, you know, it could really go to any gun. I mean, I am personally prone to the SG-553, but, I mean, I can also understand arguments that the A91 and the M4 are better. So I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible. So I don't want to give a list from least to greatest, but the best carbines are the acw-r, SG-553, M4, A91, and the Ace. Ace-52 or 21, it doesn't matter. So there's a lot of guns. The guns that you really should avoid, in my opinion, are the AKU-12, the G36C, and the Type 95B. Avoid those guns like the plague, and you will be fine. If you want to be a slayer, use the acw-r, use the SG-553, or the A91. If you're super accurate, if you're trying to go from being a sniper to using carbines, use an M4 or an Ace-52. If you're super inaccurate, if you're a very inaccurate player and you're trying to get your aim better, so this might apply to a lot of noobs. If you're really trying to get your aim better, use the Ace-21 CQB, not the Ace-52, the Ace-21. I say that because the gun has so much fucking ammo in a clip that you can miss for days and you still got leftover rounds in the clip, my man. So, use the Ace-21. Overall, all of these guns are great, and I'm going to wrap all these videos up into a nice little playlist for you. That way you have something to watch and something to reflect upon. Overall, all of these guns are great, and I can totally understand why anyone would be great with any one of these. Besides the Type 95B, that gun fucking sucks, at least for me. If you can find the right attachments, then fuck yeah, but I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I refuse. Anyways, I'm out. It's been real, guys. It's been fun. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I hope you enjoyed this series. I enjoyed doing it. It's a lot of game time, a lot of hard, I wouldn't want to say hard work, because it was just a lot of play time. But I enjoyed giving it to you guys. Anyway, I'm out. Peace. Subscribe, like, comment if you want. I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. Well, I do. I'd like you to subscribe. Take it easy, guys. Peace.